What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about self-esteem and confidence. Self-esteem and confidence is two different things. Self-esteem is more of the self-image of yourself, self-preservation, how you look at yourself, how you view yourself. Confidence is the belief and power in doing something that you may not feel comfortable doing, or doing something that you do feel comfortable doing. But that's what confidence is. Confidence is the idea that you can do something no matter what the circumstance is. For example, you got a guy, he may be confident in talking to a woman. He walk up to that woman, ask for a number. A guy who's not confident, he doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't have a good self-esteem. He's kind of afraid to be rejected. But confidence shows that you're not afraid to be rejected or accepted. Confidence is not when someone do something and they're afraid to be rejected. Because if you're afraid to be rejected, you're not confident. Confidence is okay, I can be rejected, I can be accepted, but either way it go, I'm gonna do this X, Y, and Z. But in order to be confident, you have to have self-love and self-esteem. What does that mean? Self-esteem is the idea of yourself and the courage in yourself to do something, but not only to do something, but the idea of yourself, your self-preservation, your self-image, how you think about yourself. Do you think you're confident? Do you think you could do this X, Y, and Z? Do you think it's possible, right? Self-esteem and confidence also correlates with faith, having faith that you can do something, right? Because you can't really have confidence in something that you could do unless you have faith. I can't be like, I'm confident that I can go outside and start my car, if you don't have faith. But all of that correlates together. You have confidence you could do X, Y, and Z. But this confidence needs to be built up in every individual in order to complete tasks, set goals, plan things, get things done in their life. A lot of people procrastinate or try to avoid things because either they're lazy or they don't have the confidence or self-esteem to do it. Because a person without a good self-esteem, they're not going to want to do anything in their life. That's why you got a lot of people who are stuck in one place because they're stagnant. They don't have that good self-esteem to progress. You're not going to be the best at everything, right? You're not going to be good at everything. But it's the self-esteem saying, okay, I know I might be scared. I know I'm not going to be good at everything. But that self-esteem and self-preservation is telling you, even though I'm afraid, I think I'm not going to be good at everything, just give it a try. Just have confidence that you can be great at it. You can be great. That's what self-esteem is, that voice in your head telling you you can't do it or you can do it. That's two different voices telling you can't do it or you can do it. You remember that time you finally asked a girl out and she said yes? That was your self-esteem telling you, man, let me just go for it. That's that confidence in you, right? There's a study that I studied. There's a study that I'm into. It teaches us, the self-image and the way you look at yourself is the same way people look at you. So basically, if I look at myself as a terrible person, I'm not good, I can never be good at anything, everybody else is going to look at me the same way. But if you look at yourself, say, I'm positive, I could get things done, I'm a leader, I'm courageous, I'm great at what I can do, I can be the best, then everything around you will come together, right? Everything around you will come together. It's just your mindset about things, right? I was having a discussion with these guys about 2 weeks ago. We was having a little tit-for-tat, little debate. They were saying, everybody's getting divorced. What's the point of getting married? That's the point. You have a negative perception about something, and that's why you're not getting no positive results. But if you have a positive perception about something, most likely you're going to get that positive outcome. Not all the time, but what you seek, you should find. What you put out there will return. If you always think something's bad gonna happen to you, most likely bad things gonna happen to you. But if you positive think, look, I want to be great at what I do. I want to strive for greatness. I want to be confident. I want to be a good guy. I want to be a good woman. Put that in your head and set goals to reach that, right? For example, if you think being a good man is having your own place, having a car, making X, Y, Z amount of money, I'm not saying that's what makes you a good man, but if that's your goal to being a good man, set goals to reach that. Say if you think being a good man is being kind, compassionate, start setting goals to be compassionate to other people, right? Start setting goals to help you reach that mark. Because you can't say you want to be something if you don't set goals to reach that mark. For example, say you work somewhere, right? And they're like, hey, you're like, hey, I want to be a leader at my job. You have to set goals to reach that. A leader, what does a leader do? He leads, but also he knows how to lead. He knows the formalities of being a follower. Every leader was a follower at one point. So basically, in order to be a leader, you have to first know the fundamentals of being a follower. So what I'm saying is, if you work at a place, you have to know at least about everything. You don't have to be the best at it, but have a great understanding. So that's the context right there. If you want to reach a goal, you have to set plans. You have to put little marks. Okay, point A to point B. You're not finna go to A to Z like this. There's hills, there's stairs you have to come, there's obstacles you have to face. These things matter when you want to set a goal for yourself. For example, you say, I want to lose weight, or I want to gain X, Y, and Z pounds. You have to set goals to reach that. You're not just going to reach it over time, right? For example, I get to give you a story about my life. I was like 150 pounds one time. I probably look 150 pounds, but I'm not. I'm actually like 175. I was trying to reach that goal, but at a time I wasn't working out, or I wasn't eating the foods I need to produce that weight I was trying to get, because I didn't know how to reach those in that type of steps that I need to take to reach my goal. So I was 150 and I was trying to get to 175. So I said, hey, look, I got to figure out ways to reach that goal, ways to reach that mark I'm trying to meet. You have to do research. You have to read. You have to read how many calories you have to eat every day. Those things can help you reach your goals and help your self-esteem, because you plan and you get it. A lot of people who procrastinate, they don't have a good self-esteem because they don't think about, hey, I need to get this done. They pass it out. Like, now I'm going to get it done later. No, you have to have a good self-esteem. You have to take initiative. You have to take, the wheel and say, I'm driving this car, I'm driving this boat, and I'm going to get it done. But if you man, I can't do it. Man, I'm never going to be great. Man, I'm never going to make it. That's bad self-esteem. I'm trying to correlate to you guys. Building a good self-esteem takes time. Building confidence takes time. You will not get it overnight. Trust me. I'm still working on my confidence and my self-esteem. Sometimes you're not going to be the perfect human. Don't think that you're not going to have moments where you're like, damn, I don't even know if I could do that. But at the same time, the belief and the confidence that it can be done doesn't stop you from being afraid. You could be afraid of something and still get it done. You could be afraid of X, Y, and Z and still get it done. Let me give you an example. When I was in the military, we used to firefight all the time. We used to do drills all the time. I used to be afraid because, at the time I was 18, 19 years old, put on this firefighting gear, spraying down fire in the drill. But I was scared at the time. But I was still confident that I could get it done. Just because you're scared, that doesn't mean you cannot get it done. You can still get things done in the sight of fear. It's called flight or fight, right? And I just dropped, so don't worry about that. But having good faith in yourself and self-confidence is going to get you a long way. So believe in self, believe in one's idea, believes in one's, who you are as a human. You have to set boundaries for yourself, create avenues to make it to be successful, and be organic to who you are and the best person who you are. Because we all are striving to be better. But if you become complacent, if you say you can't do it, you will never get it. So self-esteem in a nutshell, self-love in a nutshell is this. Believing it can be done and loving yourself through the process and believing you can be great. That's what I would say. And having a positive idea of yourself. Confidence is the action that comes after self-esteem. Confidence tells you, okay, I can do it, but I need to have a positive image of myself. Please, you guys, believe in yourself, believe you can get it done, believe that you are great, believe that, all things can be great, done in good faith, in good measure, and you could get things done. But you first have to believe and have a good self-esteem.